in a Meadowbrook Builder home, courtesy of Kim Leyland and Remax Real Estate Concepts, to talk about keeping kids sharp over the summer. Because you know, after you finish up the last day of school, kids want to hang out, watch TV, eat as much as possible, just generally lounge around and not use their brains, which is a really bad idea, I think. And I've got 4 kids to keep sharp. So I have my friend and also expert, Connie Pruitt. She is a person who's taught gifted children for a long time with public schools, and I'm sure you would love for people to keep their kids sharp over the summer break.
Definitely, that would be great.
Yesterday when we were talking about this, you brought up an interesting statistic, and both of us were like, huh, good for adults probably as well.
Right.
Which is what happens when kids don't do anything over summer break.
That's right.
So let's start with that.
Okay, well, according to the National Summer Learning Association, if students don't read during the summer or do activities that help promote their math skills, they may actually fall behind in those skills up to 2 months of their learning that took place during the school year.
So let's start with the books, because that's something that we both love.
Okay,
so,
okay. Well, let's go ahead and grab the basket here.
I was going to say, what is this?
The basket is a great idea to instead of having a picnic, have a booknick and grab some books.
Booknick.
Right, a
I
booknick.
like it.
And grab some books that you and your child pick out together, some books that interest him or her. And of course, pack the snacks in a couple of blankets, and you can go to your favorite picnic location or out in your backyard, to walk down to the park, and just be as simple as just reading some favorite books.
And you can have something like this in your car.
Yes.
And just keep the stuff dried goods and buy a little lemonade, and when the time is right, just stop and do that.
Sure,
I think that's a great idea.
And that just helps the student know that that your child can understand that we can appreciate reading anytime.
Right.
So
good.
It's raining out today, so we're going to do an activity after a bit that shows us that we can do some fun in the house activities.
Okay.
We have some books that are on the weather.
Put this over here.
That we can read. These are actually nonfiction books, so it's always a good idea to read books that aren't just make-believe, but books that can be very informational as well. So
yeah, and this one's good. It's How Weather Works, and it has all kinds of activities and things that you can do.
Yes, yes. And again, go to your local library. I know that with budget deficits that there are now, a lot of summer programs have been cut. Sure. But there's still a lot of activities that you can take part in your community. Go to the public library. A lot of the public libraries still have their reading programs that offer little incentives for the kids. So that's a kind of a good autopilot. Let the librarians take care of that part of it.
I've stopped listening to you, and I think this is a really good book. It's called How the Weather Works. I think the whole family, I know that my kids would like it. Okay.
If it is nice outside, it's always good to take some picnic tables or some benches, some lawn chairs, and some blankets and make a tent outside, and find some books that have to do with outdoor life. This one's on snakes, and again, you can go to your library and pick out anything that has to do
just go with themes, is what you're saying.
Right, with a theme. And you can also do something indoors, such as making a, I think it's peanut butter and bird seed bird feeder that you can make on a string and hang it up in your tree, and then you can have your little tent with the picnic table and the lawn chairs, and you can watch the birds come in and feed on the little peanut butter bird seed feeder that you just made. And it's always good to encourage your child to even write about what has happened.
Writing is good.
And that would also enrich their writing skills.
Right. And you have a couple activities that the kids are going to do, and I'm kind of excited about. This cooking one, this is so neat. This is Rachel Ray cookbook, so there's all kinds of stuff. This is more historic.
Little House on the Prairie cookbook.
And this is good, you think, also for math, right?
Math, which is very important to keep up the math skills as well as the reading skills in the summer. If you have a child that is learning some fractions or some division, multiplication, you can have them read the recipes. Again, helps with the reading skills, but it's a good way for them to do fractions by measuring out, some of the ingredients that go into the recipe.
And following directions and being mindful in the moment. I mean, the whole thing
following directions is very important.
Yeah. Okay, and then there was one other thing that makes reading fun as well.
Right. We're going to put some pillows and a lot of blankets in a bathtub, and we're going to let the kids read in the bathtub. So if you just tell a child, go read a book, they may think, oh, yeah, I've done that before. But if you find it in an unusual place for them to read, kind of helps spark a little interest and creativity just in the reading part of it.
Well, I feel like, honey, you gave us a good start of different things that we can do, and I think it's really all about getting creative and making sure that your kids are sharp, and I bet that you will get a little sharper as well. Up next, we are going to talk to Heather Illig about food, nutrition, and the summer, because everywhere you look, there's a concession stand. It's not good for the kids, but we'll talk about that when we come back.
Onset Hairstyles for Need Inspiration is brought to you by The Sage Tree. Plus, now at The Sage Tree in Johnston, enjoy 2-for-1 pricing for Need Inspiration fans every Friday on all Sage Tree services.
Hey now, where you gonna go from here? I said, hey now, where you gonna go from here? I said, hey now, where you gonna go from here? Now, I said, hey now, where you gonna go from here?
Stony Creek Inn. For business, for vacation, for you.